Give the ball to the two best players and pray something happens. That's the offense for him.
Yeah, that's not a good offense. That's not a reliable offense. That's how players end up fighting with each other. But that's besides the point.
We'll get
Thank
there.
exactly. Thanks for tuning into another episode of the Traveling Hoopers. We're already talking a little bit about basketball. I am your host, Alan Pettigrew. The man across from me virtually is Calvin McGowan. Go ahead and tell the people about yourself, Calvin.
What's up, everybody? I'm coming to you live from 2020 New Game Plus Edition, um, complete with "We've Lost All Since DLC." All right.
Hey. All right. So the first thing we want to talk about is the NBA standings because they look. I'm uncomfortable with the way they look right now. For both conferences, starting off with the Eastern Conference, I get their top five. The order is very strange to me, though. Like the Sixers should be the number one seed, at least early on. Like they've added some pieces, but they also kind of have like the best duo in the East right now. Like, of course, this is happening. Doc Rivers is a really good coach, despite the 3-1 the 3-1 upsets. So them being here looks really good. Calvin, you agree?
Yeah. I feel like I should also mention that my understanding is Doc is Tobias Harris playing fairly well, and Seth Curry is, well, a Curry. So, like, you know
Shoot,
exactly what you're getting.
yeah. Uh, the Celtics look good. Um, I have a lot of faith in the Celtics, so them being the 2 seed does not bother me whatsoever. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum have basically been playing like one option 1A and option 1B. Really good scoring out of both wings. They're playing good defense. Um, Anyone who is ready to go ahead and say Jaylen Brown needs to be the man, I'm going to go ahead and give you a detailed reason why he shouldn't. Um, Jason Tatum is a better facilitator at this point. And teams have already keyed on how good of a scorer he is that defenses naturally gravitate to him. So he can kind of shift things a little bit more. But I do enjoy what Brown's been doing. He looks like a much better, like he looks so much more polished offensively. Like he's making everything. Like I really like the Celtics team so far. And then the Pacers at number 3. I personally do not view them as a 3 seed. I have not really watched a lot of Pacers basketball, but the big man, I can't think of his name right now.
Sabonis,
The power forward.
Demontis Sabonis.
Yes, Domantas Sabonis having a really good season. Victor Oladipo's back in shape, and then we get to our first blip on the radar that just doesn't feel right.
Brogdon's also averaging 27 a game. He's averaging 23.
23.
23 and 7. 23 points, 7 assists, 4 rebounds, 1.8 steals through the first 9 games.
Do you find it weird that 27 points sounds crazy, but 23 doesn't sound as bad? Like, it's only a 4-point difference. That's like 2 shots.
I think it's just one of them weird mental things. Like, you cross 25 and, like, people start looking at it funny.
But yeah, it's a really good team. And then we get to the Magic, and they're 6-4. I'm still confused. I don't know what could possibly make them the 4 seed at this point, especially over the Bucks. Outside of the Bucks just not having like the best luck so far.
So for what it's worth, just like talking who they played, this might have something to do with it. So far through their first 9 games, 2 of the games were against the Cavs. 2 of them were against the Wizards. Then there's Mavericks, Rockets, two games against the Thunder sprinkled in, and a game they lost against the 76ers, which makes sense.
Who did they lose to? Because they
lost. Hold up. Because they lost to the 76ers. They lost to the Rockets. They lost to the Mavericks, and they split with the Thunder, so they have 1 loss against the Thunder.
all West teams except the 76ers?
Yes, looks that way.
Hey, if you could beat up on the rest of the West, I mean East, go ahead, get how you live. I ain't even mad at that. Um, but what I am mad at is the Knicks being the 6th seed, and I don't feel like I should be mad. I don't feel like I should be mad, but how long you think this is gonna last? Like them being 500, like them being a capable team seems like very strange to me.
The first question I'm gonna ask you, just because I honestly don't remember, who's their coach?
I think it's Tom Thibodeau. I think I think Tibbs is out there running the show.
You're
Yeah.
probably right.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I think some of it is like they have a good coach now. Even if he does run his even if he does run his players into the ground, right? But um, and Barrett's a year older and has like he's first season under his belt. Um, the rest of it, I don't really know what to tell you too much. I don't know why they're 500. Julius Randle is playing really good basketball,
Yeah.
really good basketball. 23 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists a game.
That sounds like a good like Julius Randle stat line. Isn't he normally almost a 2010 guy?
I have not paid attention to him since he went to the Knicks, other than he's been playing good basketball there. That's the
Yeah.
extent of my knowledge.
Yeah, I feel like for his career, he's close to a
Let's see.
2018.
Last year, he averaged 19 and a half points, 9.7 rebounds, 3.1 assists. This is his best season in basically every category
I mean, what is
so far.
this? Year 6, year 7 for him?
Yeah.
Hey, go see if it's a contract year.
Let me
Because you
see.
know NBA players be going nuts on that contract year, bro.
True. Um,
That boy gonna be swimming in it. Yeah, especially if he can get the Knicks to like the playoffs and is like the featured face on that team. If he don't want to play for the Knicks next season, he gonna have some people calling his
nah,
call
it's not a contract year. Wait. Yeah, yeah, I don't think it's no, it's not a contract year. His contract year is next year.
next year. He getting ready. This is his prep season for it. I appreciate it. And then the Heat at the 7th seed,
All
surprisingly
right.
low.
Wait,
Uh,
what? Where are you looking at your stuff? NBA.com?
yeah.
Okay, I'm on ESPN. Hold up. Because I
Wait,
have them at like the ninth at 4-4 on ESPN.
yeah, they. I see why they have them at 9th because there's like 4 teams, like 6 through 9. They're all at 500, and NBA.com has the Heat higher up. I don't really know. It looks like all of them are going to be the same, and considering that the 8th and the 9th seed are the Cavaliers and the Hornets, I'm okay with giving them the nod of having a better
Maybe
record.
something happened. NBA.com has them at 9-2 now.
Okay, yeah, I'm probably just looking at
Let's see, the Nets are maybe it's because the Nets have a losing record. They're 5-6.
yeah, but
But I'm kind of surprised the Heat aren't doing better though.
I yeah, me too, because they look pretty good on Christmas. Like, is how's Jimmy Butler? Because I remember Jimmy hearing about Jimmy Butler getting hurt. Is Jimmy Butler still playing?
Let me see if I can find that out for you. Like my understanding was he was having it's like it was kind of a down season early. He's out due to COVID protocol. Him and Bam Adebayo.
Yeah, that'd do it. But on the brighter side, The Cavaliers at the 8th seed, I really don't know if they're going to hang up in there, but their backcourt looks really good, especially Colin Sexton. Um, I appreciate that because I would like to see them in the playoffs again, even if that means getting beat up in the first round.
It it'd be nice to see, but also just part of me is just like, are we really gonna sit here and act like they're better than like the Heat or the Nets or the Hawks? Mm.
Look, I think that is almost regardless. I think that almost is a mute point at this point because everybody else got like a losing record that we're talking about, and we do know those teams are going to be way better when everything happens. But the Cavaliers being good early is just it's a good storyline for me. I feel like I'm rooting for the underdog here with the Cavaliers. Maybe that's because LeBron tricked me into like rooting for these dudes. But like, yeah, usually if your team sucks, I feel like you don't need to be better. But I like the Cavaliers enough for them to succeed. I'm pretty sure it's because of Sexton.
Like I'm pretty because as memory serves, you kind of like that.
Bro, hey, I'm telling you, you remember that highlight video where he just kind of mean mugs dude?
I do not, but I do remember almost beating a team when they were down to like 3
Yeah,
players, like not even 3.
3 against 5 when he played for Alabama. Nuts.
Yeah, like
And,
that's. I mean, that's hard to like want to be like, yeah, I want to see that kid fail.
and if you just watch him at any setting that you've ever seen him play basketball, the energy level that he has, if you do not root for him, you don't like fun things.
Him and Garland are playing fairly well, actually.
Yeah.
What Sexton's currently averaging 25 points, 3.5 assists a game. Garland 17 points, 6.3 assists, 1.3 steals.
Okay. I might have to watch a Cavaliers game this season. Never thought I'd say those words, but I might have to watch a Cavaliers game this season.
Shoot, I might have to too. I wasn't planning on that.
Right? And then we got the Hornets, which I am surprised and not surprised that they are nipping at the 8th seed, especially this early. But they added like a lot of veteran players over the offseason. Terry Rozier is playing out of his mind. But something don't sit right about them being like the 9th seed. Like I don't know what it is. I think it's probably the years of just being continuously trash that I'm confused. And I'm waiting for this to I'm just waiting to see them cascade down the rankings, bro.
I hold on, wait. I want to look at something right there.
Because I think Gordon Hayward is having like a really good year right now. It's like 20 plus points.
Yeah, I think it's like 21 or something. I was just kind of peeking at it.
It looks a little Gordon Hayward at Utah-ish.
But I mean, we'll see if it holds. It seems kind of strange, to be sure.
I'm not worried about the Nets at all. At 5 and 6, I think once everybody gets healthy, hopefully Dinwiddie can.
Dinwiddie's hurt.
Yeah, Dinwiddie ain't coming back for this season. I forgot this is the shortened joint. He ain't gonna be ready by May. They've got two of the best scorers in the league. They'll be fine.
I'm sorry. Like it's like I'm still waiting to watch for the implosion. I feel like it's gonna happen.
I feel like I don't know if there's going to be an implosion, bro, because they seem too friendly.
I mean, it's possible it doesn't happen, but like I feel like even if they implode, it wouldn't necessarily mean they don't make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like it would just be a thing where like they just like KD and Kyrie just like can't stand each other or something. and like stop listening to the coach. Like they still win games just because like you have two of the best players in the league and a really strong and fairly young supporting cast. But like you're not gonna get anywhere in the playoffs.
Second round exits. What they call them, the Eastern Conference semifinals.
Mm-hmm.
That sentence whooped my ass. But the Hawks look really good too, even though they're not doing all that winning. But Trae Young is these bottom five teams. It's hard to talk about the bottom five teams. Like,
Wait, why are the Raptors there?
I don't know. They kind of like fell off a cliff. Like I feel like really dumb in retrospect saying that they could be like the number one seed. Like I just expected more.
I think everybody expected more though.
Yeah. I blame it on COVID infested Tampa. That's my excuse for the Raptors. That's my
Tampa?
excuse for the Raptors. Tampa, but you know they playing in Tampa.
They're playing in Tampa?
Yeah, they're playing in Tampa. They are the Tampa Raptors now. Just for COVID reasons. You can't do all the traveling between the United States.
I'm just kind of like,
yeah, so they're in Tampa being putrid.
okay.
The Bulls are the Bulls. They continue to have young, talented Zach LaVine is carrying the boys offensively once again. I know that can't be. I know that can't be good for his back. I just know it can't be.
He'll be okay. Like they'll get it together at some point.
Can you think of like another dude that we all see as like a 20-point a game scorer, or at least a really good third option on most playoff teams, and they're just kind of being wasted? Like I've seen it happen with superstars like Anthony Davis, but I've never seen it with like a clear second or third option player.
I mean, all it really has to happen is like the stuff around, like the team around you doesn't really come together for any number of reasons. It could just be dumb luck, right? Dudes just keep getting hurt. It could just be like, in his case, his supporting cast is pretty much all young. Like everybody that matters pretty much is younger than him,
Yeah.
and like you're probably not gonna have a whole lot of postseason success if like your second and third best players have only been in the league for like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah. I mean, solid setup. Future's bright.
Mm-hmm.
Just, I don't know how far you see down the tunnel in this one. We're Chicago fans.
I don't know. The Pistons are trash. I'm actually not entirely sure why with this one. Grant's been playing surprisingly well, actually.
Of course he has. They let my man get all the touches he wants, pretty much. That's the only reason I can possibly think. Like, yes, he got paid a lot of money, but that is the only reason they had to tell him, hey, you can be a star or like the second or third option behind Blake Griffin. Because I don't know why he left.
Actually, his numbers look pretty solid, though.
I mean, he's a really good talent. I imagine he's supposed to do this in the situation he's in. Like he's supposed to have really good numbers now. Like you have to. Like he's the second, third best player on the team.
Question though, is like Blake Griffin hurt or was he hurt at some point?
I haven't heard anything about Blake Griffin this year, to be honest with you. So I have no idea.
Okay, it's just he's currently like only averaging like 14 points a game.
How many games has he played this season?
Why is he taking that many threes? But it's through 7 games.
Through 7 games? Oh yeah, it sounded like he missed a couple games, at least 3.
He's currently averaging right at 14 points. 5.7 rebounds, 4 assists, and a steal. He's also taking 7.3 threes.
A game?
He's yeah,
Dude, you know that means that's like 50 attempts in 7 games?
and he's hitting them at a 29% clip.
Why is he shooting? It's the Pistons. I don't want to talk about them anymore.
Fairness to him, it more or less looks like his 3-point numbers. If they started going up in like at the tail end of his time and with the Clippers, and they're just up since he's been in Detroit, basically.
Because he could shoot the three last year, right? I remember hearing like
Not last year, the year before.
yeah.
Yeah, last year he was shooting 24%, but he
Okay.
also only played 18 games.
Oh yeah, so he had to be hurt. Maybe that's what it is. He coming off the injury. He got to play a little different. Let's move on because I do not want to talk about that sad franchise much longer and what they've done to my Blake Griffin.
We'll
That's
come
not
back
how
to the
I want to.
Wizards because that's gonna get into something we're talking about.
I don't even want to talk about the Wizards.
You're gonna like we
it
already
is
decided we're going to later on.
it is Bradley Beal scoring 35 points a game and Russell Westbrook trying to get triple doubles. That is, they have literally combined what they did in the seasons they were alone together on the court. Like last year without John Wall, Bradley Beal had to score a bunch of points. He was scoring like 30 something a game. Now he has to score 35 because he ain't got nobody besides Westbrook. Westbrook is just trying to get a triple double. They literally decided to play the exact same. And I blame Scott Brooks. We'll get into that later, though.
I'm actually really all I'm trying to figure out is if Hashimura is better on defense. Uh, I mean that sounds dumb and kind of condescending, but I've liked him since he was at Gonzaga,
Yeah.
and like he's been solid. Like he had a good rookie season, but like he was one of the worst defenders in the league.
Yeah. Yeah. That
Uh,
tends to happen.
but and what they I I don't know. I just feel like this team looks like it should be better on paper than it is.
Yeah. It has to be like, I guess we could do the research thing and look into why the Wizards are sucking, but I'd rather just look at this record and be like, it's the Wizards. That sounds about right for the Wizards.
We're like, let's move on to the West. We'll come back to the Wizards because we're going to talk about Scott Brooks.